From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Paper and packaging group Nampak officially opened its new 800 million rand paper mill in Rosslyn outside Pretoria, expanding its paper output for corrugated boxes from 50,000 tonnes to about 140,000 tonnes. Loni Prinsloo compiled this report.
If I can quickly go into this venture of ours, it started a number of years ago. The final board decision that Nampak took to go ahead with this investment was taken around about the end of 2006. Now, by that time, a serious amount of preparation and planning has gone on to the project, and the turning of the soil on this site for the new expansion of the mill actually happened around about February, March 2007. So shortly after the board gave their final approval, we turned the soil, and then the construction process started of this particular mill.
The reason for the expansion was the demand for recycled paper, which we couldn't find in the South African market. We couldn't find sufficient capacity in the South African market, so it forced us to do the expansion to approximately 150,000 tonnes ultimately. Total investment in the project was in excess of 500 million rand, closer to 700 million rand. And being completely integrated with your paper supply just makes it it's a lot more efficient and a lot more environmentally friendly to be totally integrated in that manner.
Nampak Corrugated is committed to continue to supply world-class corrugated boxes to the marketplace, and by definition, for us that means that we will be pushing the recycling agenda very hard. So we will grow the use of recycled paper in the South African economy.
Other news making headlines this week: Toko Sexwale calls on all South Africans to help with the housing backlog. A South African company launches an off-grid water-powered generator, and a new solar-powered pump motor has been designed for surface pump booster applications. Human Settlements Minister Toko Sexwale has called on all South Africans to assist government in tackling the country's growing housing backlog.
The backlog is as a result of a multiply effect. Okay, you have a backlog arising out of giving a family a house, but children grow up, sons, daughters, and where you satisfy that family, people come out and they build. That's why I'm saying the human species is growing all the time. So if my backlog was 2 houses and I give them to 2 families, but there are 6 children in that family, 3 each, now I have 6 houses more to give. We're saying we can't stop people from having children and so on. But however, we've got to build houses fast enough to catch up with this backlog. So you can make your own mathematical calculation how quickly we should double the 220,000 houses that we're committed to each year so that we can build. So I think we have to build close to 1 million houses a year. Yeah, to do that. But it's not feasible. I'm practical. I want to see things happening. Therefore, as long as we can double what we're doing right now, one will be happy. But we can't do that government alone. We need the private sector and other people to get involved.
Power-saving technology supplier Right Power has launched its Hydrate Power Cell off-the-grid generator as an alternative to electricity supplied by state power utility Eskom.
This technology is a first in the world simply because it hasn't been done. If it has been done previously, you would have seen it already. A lot of research and development going in on saying what type of metals is going to be the right metal to be able to have the right combination to be able to generate energy out of the metals by hydrating it. We did not want to say go with water, but just hydrate it, and that reaction creates the energy that we are creating.
Pump manufacturer Grundfos has developed the MG Flex motor, which is able to run off solar power or mains when necessary for solar-powered surface pump booster applications.
The main challenge at the moment is the technology. Solar panels are still reasonably expensive. when you're competing with standard grid electricity. But with developments, they are coming down in price, becoming more affordable. There's a new thin film technology which has cut the cost of a panel almost in half. So as that develops, they'll become more and more economically viable. We've got what we call the CR Flex, which is more an industrial type pump. It can be used in irrigation or in industry. But generally, industry there has electricity, so the demand is not so great for solar powered pumps in industry.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.